JJ, you want to get us started off with Jalyn Galmore?
Hey, Jalyn, how you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Doing well. Thanks for joining us today. Hey, how are spring practices going for you?
It's going good for the whole group as a whole. We getting better. We're gelling more. We're starting to become more where we're coming a smoother unit. We're becoming a better unit. We're becoming faster thinkers and stuff like that.
What about for yourself personally? It looks like you're back to being more involved than you were last season. Can you kind of describe what that's like for you?
It feels good to be back in a rotation. You battled a few injuries, and what I'm saying, that's what you signed up for as a football player, especially as an offensive lineman. So that's part of it.
How hard was it for you last season being banged up?
It's just you play the cards you dealt on, stuff like that. I was still around on the team, what I'm saying. I just couldn't play in practice. That's about it. It was still fun because we was winning, and Coach Traylor's fun to be around, and Coach Maddox is fun to be around, and those are great leaders to be around, just to be around as a whole.
Okay, Greg.
Jalyn, can you take us through a little bit what that was like for you? I guess it goes back to 2018, that injury with your knee that you suffered during the season. So sort of what happened there, and what was the recovery like from that point?
Simple pass play, shutting down a bull. Quarterback kind of runs into me a little bit, and it tore it. That's just regular football accident. And as far as the recovery was long, but I appreciate everybody that, they kept faith in me. They always pushed me. They didn't treat me like, oh, he can't do it because of his knee. No, they kept pushing and progressed me back, and that goes back to even before Coach Traylor. And then we got the new training staff in with Nick and Marie and Lionel and Dan and everybody, and everybody just kept pushing me, and they gave me what I needed, and I shook back.
Was it an ACL, or was it multiple things in there? Like, what happened?
It was a ACL, MCL, and a meniscus.
So then, I don't know. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's just three of them.
Right. So then you come back. I guess 2019 year, you take a red shirt. Was it just still kind of working through that process, or what was that season like for you?
We were still working on it because my recovery was slow, obviously, because I got hurt in 2018. You just not seeing me in 2021. So, what I'm saying? It was a slow process, but what I'm saying? It eventually came back around, and we getting stronger by the day. We still getting stronger.
What were there some setbacks in there? Did it require multiple surgeries? What sort of drew it out as long as it took you to get back to this level?
It wasn't much of it was no more surgeries. It was just my body just wasn't recovering fast. The recovery process started going a lot better once I got Nick and everybody. But at first it was like we was in a transitional training staff. The training staff, one was moving out, another one was moving in. So we didn't have enough people at the time.
Was it like a pain situation, or was it just not the mobility that you needed? What was sort of wrong, or what was holding you back?
It was more of a strength and a mobility thing. It was no pain. It's just pushing off and bearing weight on that side. And then I'm obviously a big guy, and I ended up getting bigger after the injury because I wasn't moving as much.
And then I guess late last year, you got a chance to play in a couple games and kind of get back on the field a little bit. Sort of what was it like going through last season? When did you start to feel a little bit more ready?
After fall camp, what I'm saying, we had a little aggravation, and we got back on track. Everything started back moving, and now when that happened, then we started back. Then coaches tried to ease me back into it, and then started playing a little bit more.
So with all you've been through then, what sort of motivated you to come back and want to try again for another year?
First of all, who wouldn't want to play for a guy like Coach Traylor? And Coach Maddox and little brother Traylor and Coach Lundy leading it from the offensive side. And I like the way the UTSA was going. And I want to kind of finish what I started by coming back to lead as much as I can from an older guy, because I'm like the second or third oldest guy on the team. So I had to lead by default. And I want to prove to my guys and to myself personally that I could still play.
Yeah, I think Coach Turner said you're kind of very talkative. You're kind of like having an extra coach out there. What do you try to bring to a practice setting, or what kind of things can you offer to the younger guys?
Anything that they need. Anything that they need. Wherever the coaches ask me to go, I go. I try to lead by example. I put them off to the side if they need a one-on-one talk, not as much of a big group, but a one-on-one talk, because I'm closer to the younger guys' age, so I can give them a different perspective.
Are you usually talking to them about like focus and effort and that kind of stuff, or is it actually like technique things that they can be doing, or little tips here and there?
Anything from focus and technique to pick up the pace, or smile more, or I need some energy from you, or I need you to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Anything that I feel like is needed.
Where do you see yourself fitting into the offensive line this year? You have a lot of experienced guys coming back and a lot of talented players up there.
I fit in where I'm put at. So anywhere the coaches put me, I feel like I can play it.
Is it important to you? Do you feel like you need to earn a spot in the rotation or some actual playing time come the fall to sort of validate your decision to come back? Or how do you look at that competition?
That's the ultimate goal as a competitor. So you always want to play, but I'm gonna do anything that the coaches ask of me. So if I do end up playing more or starting, then that was my eventual goal. But as far as what'll make me happy, wins, bowls, all of that good stuff.
What's next for you after this year? Have you thought about that?
I kind of want to coach. I want to coach. So I talked to Coach Traylor and I've talked to Coach Maddox, and we working on some different things.
So then I imagine kind of however this year plays out on the field, that you can get a lot of progress towards that goal. You can learn a lot of things that'll help you with that next step. How do you sort of develop, if that's your future path, like how do you become more equipped to coach, through this season? What can you do?
First, I got to know what I'm doing so I can tell everybody else what to do. And I have to lead more so I can learn how to lead. And then I watch Coach Maddox. I would watch Coach Traylor. I would watch the other Coach Traylor. I watch Coach Leonard. You know what I'm saying? So just picking up little pieces here and little pieces there, and eventually I might have to GA or something like that to get the ball rolling. But if I watch the people that set the example, I'll be just fine if I can be a piece of any type of coach that they are.